Hey guys, Teddy here, back at you, Blade and Simple, with another review. Got something here for you. Mora Companion HD. Worth it, or is it all hype? I've already made up my mind on this. I've used it. And you can probably see by the look on my face which direction I'm leaning towards. But we're going to get into it anyway. And we're going to talk a bit about it. We're going to get some specs on it. Maybe it works for you. We'll see. But like I said, you can look at my face and you already know I've made up my mind on it. I've used it. So we'll get into that. As always, we're going to get into this too. Before I do, a couple of shout outs. I believe it's Eric1111 and Ninja Lord Hunter. It's me, the UNCLETEDDY, because I said so. Jay, that's for you. All right, let's get into this first. And then we're going to talk about Mora. We're going to get some specs on the blade. We're going to use it a bit. And we'll go from there. I'll tell you whether or not I think it's worth the investment. Because, you know what? Cost does not always equate to quality. Because something is inexpensive doesn't necessarily make it cheap. And because a knife is expensive doesn't always make it quality. So we're going to get into that. We're going to see where this falls in, the value, cost association, and whether or not it's a good product. Okay, in my opinion. We're going to talk about that. You guys can make up your own minds. I'm just giving you my opinion on this. So let's talk about this cigar. It's a Camacho, Connecticut figurado. It's 6 1/8 by a 54 ring gauge. I've been going at this for a little while. It's an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, a Corojo binder, Generoso Aleman Ligero filler. Wow. Country of origin, Honduras, medium bodied. I would say it's more on the lighter side of a medium. Okay. Flavor profile, citrus, buttery, cedar. Because of that Connecticut wrapper, you're going to get that nice, rich cedar taste. And you may pick up subtle hints of pepper here and there, depending on your palate. And also depending on what you're drinking at the time. So, you're going to pick up some nice, really nice flavors on this. It's a great early day smoke, daytime smoke, morning smoke, whatever it is. It's a great smoke. If you just want something a little bit milder, nice flavor profile, awesome. Awesome option. Like always, you guys check out Casa del Humidor. I say it in every video. Not because they pay me to, just because this is an awesome, awesome shop. It's an awesome cigar shop. Gotta give it a shot. Also, if you're going through Buffalo, New York, you got to check out Nice Ash. Okay? Shout out to the guys in Nice Ash. Alright, now, Mora. A lot of you guys have it. A lot of you guys love it. A lot of you guys hate it. It's one or the other. You either love it or you hate it. Now, you call it Mora, Mura, Morakniv, Morakniv. You could even get a Caribbean translation, is a Mora. And the reason why they call it a Mora, because when you buy one, you want a Mora. So there's a Caribbean translation. It's either you love it or hate it. But Mora, they're from Dalarna, Sweden, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I believe. They basically based their designs on the Finnish Puukko style. Mora in Sweden, Scandinavia, and all those other European countries are mainly used in the construction market. Tradesmen love them, use them. They're a working tool. It's a tool, and they use it as such. But also, the Scandinavian army use it as an EDC. So, there's a lot of uses for Mora, a lot of bushcraft schools exclusively use Moras. So this is a great, great blade. Um, Mora was basically started by the collaboration of two companies. You had KJ Ericsson and Morakniv Fabrik. If I butchered that, I apologize. So they basically collaborated, formed one company, and created Morakniv. And these are the results. If you get the Mora stainless, the blade steel is a 12C27N. Stainless Scandinavian steel. Awesome steel. If you get the carbon, it's a UHB20C carbon steel. It's the exact same thing as a 1095 carbon steel. That's it. They use a lot of laminated steels in their carbon steel, and they have a really high Rockwell hardness of 61. So it will hold a good edge. It is a really hard blade. Nice. It's a very nice, comfortable knife, generally speaking. And when I say comfortable, I am talking about the Mora Companion line. Just the Mora Companion line. I'm not talking the HD, just Mora Companion line. The Mora HD, it's another story. Specs on the Mora HD. Well, let me get the knife for you. Here's a Mora Companion HD. So let's talk specs on this blade. First of all, it's your typical Mora. You know the molded polymer sheath. If you have one, a lot of you guys have it. Okay, so you know the molded polymer sheath. Here it is, simple sheath. Thumb point here, you can push off with your thumb, and you have a nice drainage hole, belt loop, and there's an option here for a dangler. Here's a blade. 4.1 inch blade, clip point design, Scandi grind, 27-degree angle if I'm not mistaken. 8.8 inch overall length. 3.2 millimeter thick stock. It weighs 4.8 ounces. So it's still a lightweight blade. Nice thick steel. You have a really, I like the contours at the top of the handle. Fits in your palm really well. What I don't like at all, I'm telling you right now, I can't stand it, the belly of this blade. This handle, way too big, this belly way too pronounced for this particular knife. It doesn't work, in my opinion. It doesn't work. It creates a lot of hand fatigue. Now I've used this and I've used it for 10 minutes. I started getting fatigue in my forearms. Here's why. Because of the belly of this handle, you only have 2 fingers attached to this handle. When you wrap your hands around it in this fashion, your pinky finger and this finger never make contact with this handle. Way too big. Creates a lot of hand fatigue because you're relying on these 2 fingers to secure your grip on this knife. Now, in this configuration, it's fine. But if you're using it for bushcrafting, camping, packing, whatever, you're going to use this knife extensively, you're not going to use just one grip. You're going to change your grips. And that's where you run into hand fatigue. So handle ergonomics, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not waiting to the end of the video. I'm going to tell you right now. Handle ergonomics on the Mora Companion HD, not the regular Mora Companion line, just the HD. In my opinion, 2 out of 5. I'm going to be honest with you, 2 out of 5. When I got this out of the box, it was dull, extremely dull. I had to actually put an edge on this. Okay, it was dull. So I put an edge on it. Another thing I don't like about this particular knife, they round off the edges of the spine. You have a flat spine, but the edges are rounded off. Mora, if you're going to market a blade as a bushcraft blade, a companion blade, a hiking blade, camping blade, put a flat edge on it. Put a 90-degree spine on it. It can be done. The Mora Bushcraft Black has a 90-degree spine. The Mora Light My Fire has a 90-degree spine. There's no reason to round off the edges, okay? Absolutely none. Leave it with the standard, you know, the unfinished edge, and it'll be easier to take a file and give yourself a 90-degree spine. With this configuration and the top of the spine the way it is, you're going to have to take off way too much material to create a 90-degree spine. It's not worth it. So please give us a 90-degree spine and do something about the ergonomics of this handle, because I'll be honest with you, it's absolutely horrible. I wear extra large size gloves, and look at the room on this handle. It is ridiculous. You have to choke all the way back to get your entire hand secure in this handle. For a secure grip, you have to choke all the way back. It makes no sense at all, in my opinion. So let's use this blade, and then we're going to compare it. Actually, we're going to do a comparison. And I'm going to compare this to what I think it's a little brother. The Mora Companion MG Carbon. Okay, pretty much everything is pretty close. It's a 2mm thick spine. Has a 23-degree angle grind here. It weighs, I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 3.9 ounces. It's a lot lighter. You look at the belly of this handle, perfect. Great, great design. It's not too much of a belly, just enough to secure in your hand, not too much to create that floating front finger. So you are very secure no matter what your grip is. Very secure. That, again, that nice TPE handles, a thermoplastic elastomer. Great, great ergonomics, beautiful handle design, great blade. So we're going to compare it to this. And in my opinion, I'm going to tell you right now, this way better than that. And it's a lot cheaper too. So let's look at this. Now, the reason why Mora said they created a thicker blade is for batoning. So we are going to baton some kindling. If I can find my batoning stick. By the way, I got to come up with a name for this batoning stick. So if any of you guys out there got a good name for a batoning stick, give me a shout, let me know. Okay. So that basically that 27-degree angle does split really nice. Really nice actually. But the issue I'm having here, first of all, this wood is super dry. It's just cracking on me. It's not wanting to split properly, as you can see. So it's actually the wood itself. Yep, I can feel a bit of little micro chipping and rolling of the edge already, and kindling. Okay, so far not happy. I am not pleased with this. So let's take a look at the cutting ability of it. It still cuts really nice, but I can feel where that rolling is, because as I'm sliding it in, it's stopping. You can feel it. You feel a little stutter as you're cutting through the material. It's not bad, but it's just the handle ergonomics makes this knife, in my opinion, like I said guys, it's my opinion, really uncomfortable to use. You can do feather sticking with it, as you can see, but in my opinion, it just makes it really uncomfortable to use. Just the handle ergonomics. Let's check some chest cuts. About the only thing this handle is really good for is leverage. You can get right back on here and you can really use it to do some chest cuts and lever against it. Nice clean cuts. It is stuttering through the material because of that microchipping and the rolling of the edge, but it's not bad. It could just be this one blade. I'm not going to judge. It could just be this one blade. Maybe the heat treat was slightly off. It could be just one. But handle ergonomics, 2 out of 5. Blade, the thickness, the blade durability, for this particular one, 3 out of 5. Package, in my opinion, 3 out of 5. That's my honest opinion. 3 out of 5. You're looking at under 20. You're looking about 20 bucks, if not under. Would I recommend this? No. Honestly, guys, don't waste your money. In my complete, honest opinion, do not waste your money. The handle ergonomics, you might have one. You might be, well, I'm going to get it because it's a thicker blade. You're going to use it, and you're going to find that with prolonged use, you're going to get hand fatigue. It's not worth it. At the cost, it's not worth it. Now, Mora, you're going in a great direction. I love the direction going in. I love the thicker steel. But the handle ergonomics is completely ridiculous. The shape of the handle is completely ridiculous. I mean, you compare the shape of this handle with their standard Mora. That is ridiculous. Okay, let's put it side by side. Everything is identical. Everything, with the exception of that. You can see where this thing falls short. Right here. This is way too big, and especially back here too. So your hand floats in it. The ergonomics are completely off. Completely off. You look at the Mora Companion MG stainless. It's just a hair thinner than this. A little bit thinner. And it has this exact same handle. So guys, if you really want a Mora, and you really want slightly thicker steel, my opinion, get yourself the Mora Companion MG stainless. It comes, I believe it comes around 2.5 mil, so just a little bit thinner than the Mora Companion MG, and it'll do a great job. You'll get the thicker steel you want. It will baton the way you want. You're not going to do a lot of big processing like this. You're going to do kindling, you're going to do food prep, you're going to do bushcrafting. It'll work amazing. So Mora, they make some great products. This is not one of them. And for a lot less, you can get this. The Mora Companion MG Carbon. So in my opinion, it is definitely not worth it. If you have to get a Mora, I highly recommend the Mora Companion Stainless or the Mora Companion MG Carbon. Amazing, amazing blades. Those two, definitely 5 out of 5 in my opinion. Quality, price, definitely worth it. The Mora Companion HD, they should change it from heavy duty to huge disappointment. Don't like it, can't stand it, I won't recommend it. The HD, guys, just save your money. If you really want to get something, buy yourself this. The Cold Steel Finhawk, or get yourself this. The Mora Companion MG Carbon. That's it. Don't like it, can't stand it. Mora, you guys really need to change that handle. Go back to your the standard handle design. As you guys can see, I didn't even bring up the sheath. It's just not, honestly, for me, it's not worth it. I'm going to get my hands on the Mora Companion MG stainless. When I do, I'm going to do a new video using that. We're going to look at that. We'll take a look at that. I'm telling you right now, I've used it before. I love it. It's an awesome blade. I just wish, I wish that this thickness of steel and this particular blade came with that handle, because this handle sucks. There's no other way to put it. It stinks. The sheath, awesome. Typical Mora sheath. You know it. You had it. You tried it. Polymer. Love it. It's great sheath. Nothing to complain about. So, for the most part, guys, the Mora Companion line, great line. The Mora Companion HD, Complete miss. Don't waste your money. Get the HD, get the Mora Companion Stainless. Get yourself a cold steel fin hawk. Don't waste your money. So keep it sharp, keep it oiled, keep it in a sheath. You take care of your blades, guys. They'll be there when you need them. So till next time, I'm Teddy, and you're watching Blade and Simple.